What's going on? Welcome back to Trending Stocks. Today is March the 3rd. I want to give you a quick pre-market update, go over some of the hot movers and what big money is doing today. Before we get into any of that, make sure you guys hit that thumbs up. And with that, let's get right to it. So starting off with data points, we do have manufacturing at 9 a.m. Forecast for that is 51. So if it comes in line with expectation or a little bit better than that, then the market's going to eat that up. It has been on a fairly good trend, as you can see, based on the last couple of reports. So again, that's going to be a pretty good thing, showing that the market is in an expansionary stage. Aside from that, though, futures are looking pretty good. Dow is up 0.06, S&P flat, NASDAQ up 1.62%. And a lot of that is because of this right here. So over the weekend, Trump did state that he's going to be forming a U.S. crypto reserve. Lists a couple, so Ripple, Solana, Cardano. He later clarifies, of course, Ethereum and Bitcoin would be on there, but this is a very good stimulant for the broader market, because essentially cryptocurrency, it's very volatile. Of course, I'm sure a lot of you know that, but a couple of different attributing factors that do add to that volatility is consumers' buying power and just people's appetite for risk. Prior to this, there was a lot of fear in the broader market, so having this come out at this time erases pretty much all that fear, in my opinion. So that's why you're seeing a lot of kind of stocks move higher. So let me know your thoughts on that in the comments below. This news right here is one of the big things that is driving a lot of stocks that I'm going to be talking on, so just keep that in mind. But starting off, Sofi. So Sofi is piggybacking off the broader market, not to the same extent as Robinhood's. Robinhood is up 8%. But unfortunately, it's not really getting the volume, so it's not one of the most heavily traded stocks. That's why it's not on this list. But it is, SoFi is up 1.73%. Still doing pretty good though. No news, no SEC filings, nothing really planned for this upcoming week. And it is unknown if SoFi is going to be participating in that upcoming summit. Crypto summit on March the 7th. 12.45% of the free float is being shorted. Works out to be 134.12 million shares overall are being shorted. It'll be very interesting to see what shorts are going to do this week, because over the last couple trading days, they have started to increase, get back in. But with the level of optimism now that's in the market, they might be calling BS on it, or potentially they might actually take that as a deterrent and start to kind of return. So let me know your general thoughts on that. Aside from that though, with that $14.70, it is trading between this pivot and this S1. So 14.49 will be a strong support that you really want to watch for it to hold today. 15.45 will be the next strong target / resistance point. Moving on, ticker is TRNR. No news from them, no SEC filings, but you see a lot of people talking about it being the next big squeeze play. Even though it is down 99.9% over the last 1 year, which isn't all that great, over the last 6 months alone, down 95.25. So again, as you can kind of see, last news that did come out was on the 27th. And yeah, it's actually done fairly well recently though. So again, going over like the 6 months doesn't give it justice. Over the last 5 days, it is up 123.73%. 44.25% of the free float is being shorted. Works out to be 619,000 shares overall are being shorted. Shorts have been very reactive to the price, so they have been getting in. So short interest was roughly 2.42%, and now it's at 44.75. I've actually covered this stock on my top 5 most heavily shorted stocks list, and or I guess ones that you need to add to your watch list. At the time, there was a lot of naked shorting that was happening. Right now, I think it seems to have rectified itself, but one thing that I always like to bring up is short interest, and shares on loan is 1.2 million and 619,000 overall being shorted. So if you ever have more shares being shorted than on loan, that's usually a good indicator that there's naked shorting. So when I did cover it, that was the case, but it looks like, again, it was rectified behind the scenes or something like that. So market makers did some interesting stuff, but beside that though, you still do have a lot of individuals saying that this is the next squeeze play. So do your own due diligence. Right now with that $3 and change, it is trading between this R2 and this R1. So 308 will be a strong support, 338 and then 385 will be the next strong target / resistance points. When it comes to a squeeze play, take all this like with a grain of salt, because when it moves, it'll move fast. SoundHound is kind of getting a secondary wind from their actual earnings that did come out on Thursday after hours, because there hasn't been any news, nothing like that. They did a couple of interviews after hours on Friday, which in my opinion were relatively good, not really accurately done, if that makes sense. So they had it on live TV on a couple different places, so it if you clicked on the link afterwards, it wasn't really readily available, so not the best. But nonetheless though, when it comes down to shorts though, 29.67% of the free float is being shorted. Works out to be 104.67 million shares overall are being shorted. So be also interesting to see what shorts do with SoundHound, because they love to suppress it. First thing, they like to hit it hard, roughly like 5 to 8 million straight out the gate. Then they kind of taper off for the rest of the day. So be interesting to see what they do. But right now with that $11.25 trading between this S1 and this S2, so $10 is going to be the strong support, then $12.48 will be the next strong target / resistance. In my opinion, especially based on the video I put out over the weekend, I do feel like it will be closing between this pivot and this S1 this week, but again, anything is possible. It could really move up higher than that. And then last but not least, a lot of miners are getting a lot of volume today. So that's the last two stocks. So ticker BTCT, so piggybacking off of this news right here. So getting back to it though, so over the last 1 year, up 4.99%. It's not that heavily shorted for obviously a miner, but 6.01% of the free float is being shorted. Works out to be 251.31 thousand shares overall being shorted. So I don't anticipate them to be that active today. With that at $5.11, trading between this pivot and this S1. So 420 will be a strong support. Flip side, 658 will be the next strong target / resistance. And then last but not least, ticker MARA, it is up 10.92%. Similarly, no news, nothing like that, just reacting to Trump. And 25.22% of the free float is being shorted. Works out to be 84.23 million shares. In this case, I do anticipate shorts to be fairly active. Similar to Sofi, most likely the shorts will be trying to suppress it, and same goes for SoundHound as well. So just watch for shorts today. But aside from that, with that $15.45 trading between these 2 points, so this S2 and this S3, 1386 will be a strong support, and then 1569 followed by 1681 will be the next strong target / resistance points. In my opinion, I think it might stay kind of in this range around this S2, so it might be hovering around that and flirting back and forth throughout the day. That's where I see things at least. So let me know your thoughts on these stocks. Is there any other stocks that's floating your boat? Don't forget to hit that thumbs up and subscribe. I always greatly appreciate that. And with all that, appreciate all of you watching.